in the chat room how, Dan Quinn actually took over a lot of the play calling on defense midway through the season, which we just got confirmed just now by D. Orlando Ledbetter. So Richard Smith out, a little less clear about Brian Cox, but Brian Cox out, and they're moving forward. Still the timing of it and the fact that it happened so fast is kind of alarming to me, but we'll see, man. And listen, in 2 years, this new coaching regime for the Atlanta Falcons came in, man, and took this team to the Super Bowl. So you got to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt, and that's what I'm willing to do. I mean, I'm willing to do that. I got to do that. Yeah. Very good stuff. Great stuff by D. Orlando Ledbetter. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read a couple of your messages in the chat room on this Woman Wednesday. We're brought to you by firefan.com. Make sure you go to firefan.com. On the very first page, use the promo code TDSS. We're going to really get cooking with the Fire Fan and the NBA. All right, so go to Fire Fan and join up for free and check out the Doug Stewart Show Fire Fan Leagues pretty much nightly, especially with basketball really going into full gear now. From LD, I weep for us from the D. That's TV, Ninja. Them dudes can really fight. Run up on Wesley Snipes and see if he don't put a foot in your ass. You crazy as hell, Doug. I'm not sure if LD is agreeing with me about my whole take on fight choreographers or not. I think he's disagreeing with me. No, I'm not saying that Bruce Lee and, Wesley Snipes and Jet Li and Jackie Chan can't whoop the normal guy's ass. But, I mean, clearly the fact that we don't have a Kung Fu master as a UFC champion in every weight class means that dudes that can fight a little bit, they can't just whoop them dudes' asses. They can't. Simple. If the Kung Fu guys were so dominant and they were as unbeatable as we were led to believe in growing up as kids in the 70s, they should own every title belt in every division of the UFC, and they don't. There's a bunch of ninjas from New York City. It's a bunch of surfing dudes from California. It's the country boy from Nebraska. Hold all the titles in UFC. All. Okay? So stop that. If they were so great, they'd be kicking much ass, but they're not. Let's see. From, Ducking and Dodging in the chat room on Spreaker.com. What kind of thinking is that? I'm not sure what he's referring to. Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Ninja, you don't know what you're hearing, but Shanahan and Quinn have been getting killed in the media for the loss. The firing of the DC and defensive assistant is uncalled for. From Clay, I'll be damned, Davis. Doug really did deserve that MVP from his high school football team. Alternative facts. From Cornelia Smalls, dudes that fight a little bit get their asses whooped all the time by regular guys all the time. Come on. All the time. All the time they get their asses kicked by regular guys. They do. I'm sorry. Sorry. Right. You let Bruce Lee run up on the great, God rest the dead. Let the great Bruce Lee run up on Kimbo Slice when Kimbo Slice was whooping much ass down in South Florida. See what happened. From that Ninja Trey, if Shanahan truly was getting killed, he wouldn't have got a head coaching job in San Francisco, sir. What they're getting is the proper coverage for what happened. Getting killed only happens to ninjas. From Angry Black Man, Kung Fu masters don't fight in the UFC for the peanuts the racist clown Dana White pays. Huh. So maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm not that versed in what the Kung Fu guys are doing. Maybe there's a Kung Fu league where they get paid more money than the UFC. I would doubt that based on the coverage and the press that the UFC gets, based on them selling out every UFC. They're on like UFC 150 right now. They go in chronological order if you didn't know. They're on UFC, I don't know, 200 or something right now. It's got a big-ass brand. They got national TV deals on national networks. I mean, they're making some money over there. It's the equivalent to the UFC Kung Fu Fighting League, just for Kung Fu masters only over in China. Do they make more money than UFC guys? I doubt it. From Montana Jones, UFC fighting ain't nothing but barroom fighting. Yeah. Yeah, like, listen, here's the thing about it. We spent far too much time on this, I think, but that's fine. That's what we do around here. Here's the thing about it. Once again, the Kung Fu movies that we watched as kids, and still to this day, much more prevalent, I think, though, back in the 70s. The Kung Fu movies that we watch are choreographed. Listen to what I'm saying. And I know this comes as a shock to a lot of you. A lot of y'all still believe wrestling ain't fake. The Kung Fu fighting scenes that we watch on TV and movies are choreographed. In real life, nobody's going to let you throw 35 perfect punches at their head, okay? Every punch you throw is not going to be blocked perfectly. You might throw 30 punches in a row, and everyone's going to be blocked perfectly. You never touch the guy, you know? In real life, dude's going to charge you, okay? In the Kung Fu movies, they charge you, and somehow they sidestep, and every single time in the Kung Fu movies, they miss. And they end up on the floor whenever they try to charge the Kung Fu guy. No, in real life, dudes put hands on you. Dudes even the score by taking your ass to the ground. Dudes that are much bigger and stronger hold your ass down and pummel Kung Fu Man. Hey, listen, man. Listen, I didn't get in a lot of fights when I was a kid, but I knew the kids that was good with their hands, and I always had it in my mind that if I ever got in a fight with that kid, I'm taking his ass to the ground, and I'll even up the score like that. I'm going to get your ass to the ground. I'm a country boy, wrestle your ass to the ground, put your ass in a chicken wing. I'll take a couple shots to get to your ass. That didn't sound right. I'll take a couple shots to get to you, and I'm going to take you to the ground, and that evens everything up. So what I'm saying is, man, is that the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus, Kung Fu fighting guys are the equivalent to those dudes. I hate to be the one to break the news to you 40, 50-year-old guys. You know, you went your whole life thinking Bruce Lee could kick everybody's ass. Such is not the case. I'm sorry. I can't believe we got into all of this today, man. I can't believe we got into all this today. There's no secret death punch. Like Bruce Lee not going to hit Lennox Lewis right in the perfect spot in his solar plexus to make him fall out. That shit ain't happening. Period. I'm sorry to be the one to tell y'all. And I mean, I'm getting a lot of pushback from y'all, man. I mean, damn, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, man. Jeez. From Sidney Jackson, Doug, if you go in against a good wrestler or judo specialist, you would get choked out in 10 seconds going to the ground. Okay. Yeah. But we're not talking about judo specialists or wrestlers. We're talking about Kung Fu guys. We're talking about Bruce Lee's. Bruce Lee and them didn't wrestle. Basically, Sidney Jackson, you're making my point, I think. You're making my point perfectly. Right. We didn't think of Bruce Lee as wrestling. We don't never see Jet Li wrestling on the ground with somebody. No. No, you're making my point. Thank you. Right. You talking about me? Are you referring to me, Doug Stewart, me? Doug Stewart don't fight professionally. I don't train in the gym 8 hours a day. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, no. You're making my point, Sidney Jackson. Bruce Lee against one of them Gracie boys from Brazil or whatever. You know, we don't consider that. That's not the traditional Kung Fu that I'm talking about. The traditional kung fu I'm talking about, they didn't wrestle. But right, Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan against one of them Gracie boys from Brazil that know that jiu-jitsu or whatever will ball your ass up in a small package real quick. Can't believe we talked about this much. From Corey, Doug trying to put ninjas in the figure four. No, I'm not talking about choreographed wrestling. I'm talking about real Roman Greco wrestling. See, y'all trying to be funny. I'm serious about this. Y'all trying to be funny. I'm serious about this. Okay? You got to differentiate the disciplines, the styles. Bottom line, end of this conversation, is Bruce Lee run up on the wrong street dude, the wrong dude that's good with his hands and can wrestle a little bit? He gonna get his 5'7", 150-pound ass kicked. And God rest the dead, but that's a true story. He gonna get his ass kicked. And all of the disciples of the great Bruce Lee, where they at? Why ain't they getting this free money over here in the UFC? Seriously, think about it. I'm sure there's some disciples of the great Bruce Lee that are still living and that trained and tutored even younger kung fu artists. I mean, they were so dominant. I mean, hell, he whooped the hell out of Chuck Norris, not Bruce Kelly, Leroy Kelly? Was it Leroy Kelly? You know, the black dude that used to do kung fu back in the day. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? I mean, they whooped their asses like it wasn't nothing at all. So why don't they just come in a quick 10 minutes of work and get all of this UFC money? You know why? Because that was bullshit. Can't even believe I talked about this much. Back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show.
Fuck y'all.